Hey, Gabriel. Hey, Regina. Vatina. Miss Emily. Teresa Side of Don. Hi. Okay, we are on, but I'm going to pause a little bit because I think people are just coming back. Hey, Charlotte. Hi. Agent Daddy. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, hi. Morning, Charles.
Good morning.
Hey, hi. So we had a lovely framing talk from Harvey this morning. If you missed it or part of it, it will be on YouTube. And really, there's a kind of intelligence that he was talking about that we can bring to our practice, the practice that we do on Sundays. It's a simple practice intentionally. And it's also a practice to which we can bring our awareness of the kind of trajectory, the movement that Harvey described, moving from doing to being, I, thou, I, it, or in our parlance, from seeing to being. And we could say that the entirety of the Buddhist path is a movement from seeing to being. And in fact, Asa Rinpoche did say that. So sometimes the process is described in different ways, in Sutra, Tantra, and Dzogchen, but really always the arc of our practice is moving more and more fully into the richness of experience, the richness of knowing, the richness of not feeling separate, the existential loneliness of the separation that most of us, I personally feel, uh, separate from others, separate from nature, separate most poignantly from our own real knowing, our own real nature. So we are always, whatever we are doing, this is really the orientation that we have in our practice. I think you know this. Somehow being reminded of it is potentially refreshing and animating, especially as we begin this practice, which is familiar to all of you. I don't know about Ethira. I don't know if I've met you, Ethira. I don't know if this is familiar practice to you or not. But for others of you, yes, we know. And now we can, in the wake of what Harvey has said, in the wake of your own knowing about movement from a more instrumental, got to get this done kind of status to just settling into what you are right now. Relaxing is really the different parts of us that can learn to relax. Different parts of our body, the different parts of our energy, the different parts of our mind. So all of this is in play as we begin, as we will in a moment, with the first part of our practice, of any practice, which is settling. Settling into sensing, really, is what we're doing. Sensing our seat, sensing a muscular and bone structure. Finally centering in and sensing the central alignment of your own body. You know that. And knowing this, you can just notice to what degree it very naturally, even this, moves you from the state of distance from yourself, your own experience, right into your body mind. And then, of course, we watch breath, settling more, thinking less, presencing more completely. And then we introduce our hum sound. As you know, many of our practices work a lot with sound. Feeling your own sound move through your body. Feeling the sound fill your space. Your mind expanding with the sound. No longer just focused on breath, but open, looking at sky sound, you might say. So these are different phases. We move back and forth among them. And I invite you once again to be curious. Please be free of judgment. Judgment is very different from simple, curious, accepting interest. Oh, isn't this interesting? Suddenly I'm relaxed. Oh, and then suddenly I'm in something that happened 15 years ago and I'm totally consumed by it. Oh, but I could let it go. I could let it go. Where did it come from? It came from some kind of space that's part of you. And it can go back there. If you don't ride it, don't pick it up as a horse and ride it. Don't fight it either. Don't try to lasso the horse, tie it up, tie it down, get it out of your way. Just, okay, horse is galloping through. Very nice. Okay, so we'll begin. And, if you'd like to stretch for a moment, throw your arms up into the air, kind of feeling the power of your being. This is scientifically, I think I've mentioned this before, kind of scientifically verified positioning. Tell my students and friends before you go to an interview, it's just a natural expression of embodied confidence. And it feels good. If you do it standing, you stand with your feet somewhat apart. So it's lovely to see you all, by the way. And, let us open together. And of course, our motivation is always important. So we'll sing the four boundless states and Shantideva aspiration. And then we'll settle together. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. And sensing your contact with your seed. Concretely present and supporting. Holding you. Allow yourself to be supported. The earth will hold you, will hold your seed. It's stable, reliable. Rest on it. Rest on your seed. And notice how that affects you.
Lama Rigdzin, if you could speak up just a little bit.
Thank you, Emily. I'll move a little closer. Allowing yourself to feel support, to feel trust in that support. There's a presencing of qualities that we need in life, in fact. That support, which comes to you from the center of the earth directly beneath, is a transmission of supportive energy coming into your flesh, coming into your bones. You feel your sits bones making especially direct contact with your cushion. Can you now? You might need to tip forward or backwards a little bit if you know how to feel. And the way your skeletal structure is organized, when your sits bones are in contact with your support and your body, your upper body is flowing out of that support, your skeletal structure lines up just naturally. There's no doing. And it supports you. Your rib cage is a structure of support. One vertebrae supports the one above. Very strong support. Easing your shoulders allows your neck to rise forward, and you tuck your chin in just a little bit. Well, what do you feel when you do that? You may feel a little bit of a pull along the trajectory of your spine. And that reminds you of the alignment that is a natural, organic expression of your body, your energy, running from the center of the earth to the bottom of your spine, your deep belly, where we'll later place attention, the dome, your heart, support, your throat, your crown, the apex of space. This alignment through your center corridor is a profound and subtle support. So take a few minutes in your own way to feel into this, and then we'll move to our breath. perhaps just naturally. Doing is already ebbing into less doing. Tension is melting into greater ease, perhaps. Seeing is moving toward being. But perhaps it isn't. And still you are present with loving interest toward your own experience. This is what it is. I'm stuck in doing. Perfect. Simply recognizing. It's also part of presence. And as you settle, you are primed to be pristinely aware of your breathing, just aware of it. Sensation. The air begins to move into your body and down till you let go and exhale. And thoughts come, and if you let them go, they will. No problem. Clouds come in the sky. It doesn't bother the sky in any way. They're there. They go. We're not really doing. We're just present to our breathing. Who is breathing? Is just breathing. And how are you in breathing right now? Sensing into how you are. Perhaps there's been some small shift already. Appreciate it if it's so. Appreciate whatever is occurring. That's how we stay in the present. That's how we let go of an instrumental attitude toward ourselves. We're just being with breathing. And when it feels right to you, let your in-breath carry your attention all the way down to your deep belly. 4 fingers beneath your navel, 4 fingers inside. Center of balance, some describe it as. And let your attention be there as you continue to be aware of your breathing. You are breathing in exactly the way that your body wants to breathe right now. And as you naturally settle, to whatever degree you naturally settle, this is pleasing. Or if something not pleasing is arising, it has space to arise, no problem, and it will go. Let it. Whatever degree of stillness you might be experiencing. There's still a flow. There's a natural dynamism. Light in the sky. Dynamic. And so we look into this relationship between stillness and movement, dynamism, by sounding the sound home. And what is its relationship to your stillness? You can see. As you're settled in your belly, there's a possibility of a sense of more ease and spaciousness in your chest and heart area. It's more open, possible. And we sound this sound one way comes from the throat, but really its expansion, its vibration, we feel it throughout our chest area. Or however you feel it, just feel it. And when we sound hum hum, we feel that mind and sound and the energy of sound, these are all unified. As the sound expands, you can feel its vibration through your body. You can perhaps also feel that your mind expands with the sound, which is filling all of space. And you say it at your own pace. 2 home sounds on the exhale. And I'll invite you, if you like, to unmute so our sound mixes together as it would if we were in a room together. But if you don't care to hear that, you can turn your sound off for right now. It's an expression of our being together. So I invite you to unmute for while we sing this one. And we'll sing it for several minutes because our relationship to sounding in this state of settling, being settled sounding. It's an interesting experience. Sometimes we lose contact with our bodies when we speak, we forget. But now we're seeking to unify the dynamism with the settled state. So sound at your own pace, and we'll all crisscross the currents of our sounding together. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, Oh. 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 Feel your sound. Unify your mind with your sound. Come together in your sound. Oh. 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 Settle back, perhaps dynamized by the sound, letting the sound settle into your silence, resting in your deep belly, your dome, and sensing your experience of breathing. Every breath, every part of the flow of your breath is fresh, is new, and we keep our awareness fresh and new. That's it. And once again with whom, see how it is to begin to unify the dynamism of sound with the openness of silence. You may hesitate to break your silence because it is so subtle and sweet. And yet there's a way that sounding makes the presencing that comes to you through silence even more dynamic. You see? And continuing to rest deeply on your cushion, your awareness at your heart. One ah is a simple dedication of our practice. Sound and light flowing through your body and out into the whole world. Yeah. As you're ready, come back. So before we take a short break, Harvey will come back at noon to open the Dharma conversation. I'm just curious myself if, with the background of Harvey's talk or what I said about moving from seeing to being, if any of that, anything was revealed to you that was relevant for you as you did the practice this morning. Just curious. Vanya.
Was not so much seeing to being as knowing to being.
Ah, okay. How did that work?
I know that it's my vocal cords that produce the sound.
Uh-huh.
So in the beginning, that was where I felt I heard my sound, or I heard my sound emanating from. But towards somewhere in the middle and throughout the end, till the end of the practice, the source of the sound seemed to be my belly.
Seemed to be your...
My belly, my underbelly, my abdomen. And my vocal cords were throwing it out.
Yeah.
That was how it felt. So that's why I said knowing to be, knowing that the sound is coming from the throat, but actually eventually sensing that it starts deep in my belly and is thrown out by my vocal cords.
Yeah, it's a different picture, isn't it?
Yes, different.
It involves more of you. It's not like some small part. It's like this connection between breath, belly, and throat.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, anyone else? Ethera, I think. Yeah, have we met? Hi. It's nice to see you. Welcome. I think you're very settled, everyone. So am I wrong? I can't quite tell from the screen, but I didn't hear anyone sounding when I was sounding. And I'm wondering if maybe you didn't want to and what that was like and what that was about. Yeah, Charles.
Well, the way it is if anybody, this system works, is when we're all doing it, one voice comes in and out. It's not a blend at all.
Right.
I think we all just want to hear yours or hear one, so we leave it off. Otherwise, it just comes kind of jerky.
I see. Well, I kind of know that, so but I like the coming together. I appreciate that. Thank you, Charles. Yeah. Anything else? Hi, Don. Is there, yeah, does some settling occur? Is there some shift between how you feel right now and how you felt at the beginning? Gabriel is nodding. Everyone else is quite still. They're smiling. Charlotte is smiling. All right. Just encourage you to notice that. So the names, we'll do the dedication at the end. And as you see, people are adding names here. And we will recite all these names at the end. Anything else?
I guess I can share something.
Okay.
As far as seeing to being is, it's interesting. It's a bit more personal. I'm trying to stay on topic, but I walked with a limp for 13 years. I had 2 different length legs until I got them fixed. And so I'm meditating a lot. I'll notice these old habits that my body does when it's trying to settle, of pulling me all to one side or pulling me all to the other side. And, I try to be as judgment free as I can and just be in my body. But, sometimes there's these moments where it's like, well, goodness, I've been doing this so long. I sure wish I could just be centered instead of still fighting this limp I've had, for 13 years of where is center. And so thinking of seeing to being, there's this part where, I see what's tight in my body, and I can also see the illusion of what I perceive, centered would feel like if I could get there.
Uh-huh.
If almost in this judgment place of like, well, my body physically isn't centered, so how can I get there? And so I find myself fixating on seeing to being of, I can see where my body needs to go. I can see where it's tight. I sure wish it would loosen up.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So that was helpful, because it's I just got to see it for what it is, and it is tight there. It is just that. Remove the judgment and just sit with it.
Oh, wow, that's very, very sweet. In the sense that it's really communicating something. I can understand you, and really there is a sweet spot between judgment and knowing, between seeing and judging, and it sounds like you're very aware of that and kind of hovering back and forth a little bit maybe. And yeah, so you're rehabilitating, re-inhabiting your body, really, even now.
Yeah, hip replacement in 2015, so not all that long.
Right.
Still learning what the middle actually is.
Body has a deep memory, so good for you.
And meditation has helped a lot. So on a positive note, just being able to sit with where my body is and know where it is versus where I want it to be.
Which is itself a centering, really, to do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all. It's lovely to see you and hear a little bit. I'll give you 5 minutes to just kind of be. And Harvey will be back with the Dharma
Lama
conversation.
Rigdzin, did we do the names?
Well, I thought we would wait to do them after the session with, do we usually do them now on Sunday?
We usually do them now.
Okay, well, I guess we'll keep to custom until we officially reconsider it, because usually we do it at the end. So we have this, the lamps in the other room. We didn't get a chance to do our usual camera setup today. So we'll sing our verse. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And we share this aspiration with all beings throughout space, and especially for those near and dear in need today: Ron Fleming, Eldon Flick, Richard Burlingame, Owen Bardo, Sylvia, Rolando, Nathaniel, Emma, Ed, Leah, Hauni, Elon, David Lee, Serena, Ranjit, Tunga, all animals, all students of Rinpoche everywhere. Joanna Aguadale in Bardo, Chris Achong, Stephanie and Jack Cleary, Sol, Luke, Surabhi, Anumo and Cindy, Aisha de Ambrogi, Ennio Salas in the Bardo. And thank you to Curtis Crossland, Barbara and Hershey, and Jerry's mother, and an awe for them. Now you can unmute. We'll just hang on together if you want. Be well, everyone. See you perhaps on Tuesday. We have various things coming up. Tuesday, first and third Tuesday, let's continue. And we start a new series in September. Really wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.